So, let me get this straight. You wait till he do something to another person to speak on him. But you do nothing when he speaks on you before he does what he does to the other person. I really don't give a fuck what he done to the other person because, you know, whatever happened to him happened to him. But you're telling me, right, that you didn't give a fuck enough when it was about you, but you care more about another motherfucker after he's arrested and gone? Who mans is this? This your mans? This your man? The fuck?
If I don't make it, they gon' laugh at me. That's why failure's not an option. I be damned, I missed this shot to get it poppin'. If I don't make it, they gon' laugh at me. First they point and get to whispering, then your downfall is what they vision. If I don't make it, they gon' laugh at me. The bitches used to get that ass up. Now you can't remember when you last. If I don't make it, they gon' laugh at me. Catching me down on my last buck and smile when they don't give me what I asked for. If I don't make it, they gon' laugh at me. I gotta make it so I'm not the joke. When it's choosing time, I get the vote. Don't care about the prize, it could be dimes or a boat. In competition time, I got the mind of a goat. A nigga think we tired, I add 9 to the scope. 17 for the highs, give me.
What's the motherfucking word, gang? What's to it? Y'all already know how the squad do it. Gotta stay moving to get through it. I hope everybody blessed and stress free. And if you ain't, start knowing you can and stop thinking you can't. So with that being said, man, let's get to this content. And y'all already know, right? As of right now, I'm gonna get to something else, man, but this is crazy work. These are crazy works, man. These are crazy works. And if y'all see, if I'm a person that I don't just like to hear shit. I don't like to just, you know what I'm saying? Like I like factful shit. I like shit that makes sense. Like I'm a thinker. I'm a big fucking thinker, right? And I comprehend shit quick. And it's like I like when people know how to go and do research and just put it out there to a point to where it ain't no disputing it, man. It just ain't no motherfucking disputing it. And today on this one right here, now, I thought the new one he done was bad. A love triangle. A love triangle. A love triangle. This. I'm not gonna even read the rest of the title, man. Let's just go, man.
Not too long ago, a guy popped up.
Oh yeah, and if y'all ain't lit up or rolled up, roll up so you can light up. And if you already rolled up, light up. Cause this shit finna.
On a prison genre scene by the name of Ronnie Red. Of course, we had never seen Ronnie Red before, but the Florida natives seemed to vouch for him. They all said he was solid, a stand-up dude, and immediately he started going after Jake. He immediately started saying, hey, Jake is a fraud. He's a poser. He is not who he says he is. He is not from Tampa.
I don't want to look at your ass. You know, I know you're a sucker. You know what I'm saying? And I mean that at the end of the day because you're imposter. It ain't no neighborhood that you can go in Tampa where no real goons that and killers that and you can stand on them.
Of course, Jake never said a word while Ronnie Red was out here talking like that. At least I never heard a response at all. But as soon as he got locked up, he
That's
did
why I hate to take their life, because y'all hate me so much, you try to find other people that hate me so y'all can align together like the fucking Avengers. Well, this is the motherfucker y'all chose. And then he does this. So y'all was supporting him, liking him, following him, subscribing to him, all that shit, shouting him out and everything, right? Thinking he the realest one. Dude been in prison for like 17 years. He comes home talking that shit. Then he does this. So now what are y'all gonna do? Y'all.
So, let me get this straight. You wait till he do something to another person to speak on him. But you do nothing when he speaks on you before he does what he does to the other person. I really don't give a fuck what he done to the other person because, you know, whatever happened to him happened to him. But you're telling me, right, that you didn't give a fuck enough when it was about you, but you care more about another motherfucker after he's arrested and gone? Who mans is this? This your mans? This your man? The fuck?
Still rocking with him? You gonna write him letters and shit? Or no? Oh shit, I ain't know that. Damn, Jake, my bad. Nah, don't my bad nothing. Stay on that side.
So on today's episode of 1090 Jake Exposed, we'll be discussing the hypocrisy of Jake's message in that clip. We will also discuss the irony of Jake speaking on such a topic when he has things like what I'm about to show you all in his own background and in his own circle. Remember this guy Rambo? Yeah, the one that Jake announced was coming home, and when he came,
I don't remember Rambo. I don't remember. This must be deeper in the vids. I got to get there. I'll get there. I mean, this ain't spoiling it. But I just don't know who Rambo is. But fuck, we finna find out.
He put him in the bins and gave him $10,000 and bought him a phone and all of that stuff, right?
Wait. Hold on. You say who? How you say oh my God, man. You say who?
Rambo, the big homie, the guy that Jake loves. Well,
no, we gotta go back. Just a smidgen. Right there. That what you had said? That's what you said.
And gave him $10,000 and bought him a phone and all of that stuff, right? Rambo, the big homie, the guy that Jake loves.
That's what you said.
Well, we're gonna dive into Jake's real relationship with Rambo today. And I'm gonna break some stuff down to y'all that you may not know if you've never been to prison. Now, as you can see here, shortly after Rambo was released, he was arrested again. Man accused of stabbing victim in Homestead after masturbating in front of him. According to this,
I kind of see. Hold on, right? I kind of don't blame Rambo for this, okay? Because if a motherfucker start beating it in front of me, gang, like, ain't no telling what I'm gonna do to do. So, like, if that's what he went to jail for, I ain't gonna say it's justified, but I'm gonna just say, like, I kind of understand why he would have poked the motherfucker though, you know.
Report: this homeless guy was sleeping in a stairwell in a building when he was approached by Rambo. Rambo walked up to him and asked him, was anybody else around? To which he responded, no. He then began to lay back down, assuming that Rambo would just walk off. But instead, Rambo stood over him and began to fondle himself. At some point, Rambo reaches out and removes the victim's coat from over his head so he's able to see Rambo and what Rambo is doing. At this point, the guy jumps up and attempts to fight Rambo. Rambo then pulls out a knife and begins stabbing.
A killer? You say here? Then what you? No, you wasn't supposed to. No, that's not justified. What the fuck did I just say before this? I should have fucking waited. What the fuck was I thinking? No, I wasn't thinking. What I was thinking is what the fuck? So why would you wanted, bro? You could have did anything. Bro, you could have just went in a store, gang, and stole something. I'm pretty sure that they would have violated you and sent you back to the joint. You didn't have to do that. You could have called Jake. Ain't that what he's trying to say? Bro, he was free, bro. He'd have came and topped you off or something like that.
Right? And according to the report, he stabbed him multiple times to the point where the guy actually had to be airlifted. Rambo would then flee the scene, although The guy would run out and flag officers down while he was bleeding. They would issue a be on the lookout based on the description that they were given. And Rambo was arrested a short time later while in possession of a knife. Of course, Jake would never cover this story despite all of the publicity that he gave Rambo when he came home. And the fact that he's trying to clown people for associating with Ronnie Red prior to him catching the case when he did the exact same thing with Rambo is crazy. But I'm going to break down to y'all why he has not made a video about Rambo or attempted to expose Rambo, or even distance himself from Rambo, remove the pictures, anything. Let me break this down to y'all why he didn't do this. If you've ever been to prison before, you're going to know exactly what I'm saying. If you haven't been to prison before, sit back and learn a valuable lesson. Now, according to Jake's version of the story, him and Rambo were very close. But we've already established that Jake lies, and he has lied about his prison background. But if you listen to the details of he and Rambo's relationship, you'll see that they were probably closer than Jake would like for us to know. Listen to how Jake describes his dealings with Rambo.
I had another brother in the dorm named Rambo. Shout out to Rambo, free Rambo. Now, me and Rambo were always really, really close. Me and Rambo used to slap box. Rambo doesn't look big until he comes out the shirt, and he's ripped. And Rambo used to bust me every single time we slap boxed. Every time, you know what I mean? I could taste blood in my mouth.
Come out the shirt, ripped, bust me.
Now, if you've ever been to prison, you know rule number one, no horse playing. If you've never been to prison, let me tell you, rule number one, no horse playing. It's the easiest way for a person to get up on you and size you up.
That's in your game.
It's the easiest way for a person to be able to determine your strengths and weaknesses. And for those guys who have those sexual urges, it's an easy way to get up on you, groom you to the abuse, get you used to getting smacked on and punched on, and you laughing about it, ha ha, but the whole time he's turning you into a prison wife. So it starts off with just slap boxing and wrestling, and then one day he invites you into the cell, and y'all in the cell chilling, and he gets you smoking K2 and all of that other stuff, and then next thing you know, you're not a man no more. Now, we've heard Jake admit that he was smoking K2.
We're hanging out, bro. We're having a good time for real. And it seemed like the K2 and cigarettes weren't running out anytime soon. Like, I got a bunkie that was, souped up.
And we've also heard him admit that nearly all of the inmates in the Florida Department of Corrections prey on the young white inmates for sexual things.
The guy must have tried to do something sexual, because it is very, very common for the older inmates, pretty much any inmate, to prey on the younger inmates, especially the white.
When you hear this and you think about how Jake describes his relation,
don't he look like the Subway Surfer? Like, y'all know that game? Y'all know that motherfucking game on the kid's iPad? Where the motherfucker running with the backpack on and shit, and the fat ass police chasing him. He got the spray can. Don't he look? This shit is crazy.
Shit with Rambo, it's pretty obvious what was going on between these two. Like I said, if you've been to prison, you know. Jake would eventually admit that at some point he and Rambo ended up on bad terms after Bimba came into his room. And even though he didn't give us much detail on why, the information we have now, coupled with the information that he gave us then, makes the situation pretty obvious. We heard Jake talk about his relationship with Rambo. Now listen to how he describes his relationship with Bimba.
So, like, the first couple of days with this dude is, some of my favorite memories in prison. Just vibing out with someone that's mad solid, mad cool. We're getting high as hell. We didn't have any problems on the compound at this point. We're good. We're chilling.
Jake sound like a little girl describing that feeling she get when she first meet her first boy.
I was literally fit. Look, watch this. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. Right here. Watch his face.
Think about how Jake
Watch his
describes
face.
his relationship with Rambo. It's pretty obvious what was going on between these two. Like I said, if you've been to prison, you know. Jake would eventually admit that at some point he and Rambo ended up on bad terms
Watch his
after
face.
Bimba came into his room. And even though he didn't give us much detail on why, the information we have now, coupled with the information that he gave us then, makes the situation pretty obvious. We heard Jake talk about his relationship with Rambo. Now listen to how he describes his relationship with Bimba.
Watch his
So,
smile.
The first couple of days with this dude is, you know, some of my favorite memories in prison. Just vibing out with someone that's mad solid.
Did y'all see that
mad
smile?
Cool. We're getting high as hell. We didn't have any problems on the compound
You
at
blew
this
him
point.
off.
We're good. We're chilling.
You fucking blew
Jake
him.
sound
You
like a
blew that
little
guy.
girl describing that feeling she get when she first meet her first boyfriend.
Yeah, because he blew that guy. He
And
blew
let
him.
me tell you something. In prison, anytime you are allowing another man to smack you in your mouth, whether y'all playing or whatever you want to call it, and make your mouth bleed
Yeah, you
and
blowing
just
him.
constantly abuse on you,
You're blowing him.
you belong to him.
You're
and
blowing him.
obviously, Rambo was feeling that way because he ended up getting upset with Jake once Bimba and Jake became cellies and Jake started hanging under Bimba all the time.
Around the same time that Bimbo got moved into my cell, me and Rambo weren't really on the best terms. Like, I don't know, sometimes you're really cool with somebody and then y'all just stop beefing about nothing. You know what I mean?
When
like,
you
not to the
start
point that we're
cheating
gonna
on
kill each
them.
other, but we were just beefing about nothing.
When you start cheating on prison bait, he gets mad. Fuck is you talking about? You start blowing the other guy, like, and then, and either way, I mean, he wasn't good enough no more. All it takes is for a motherfucker to be moved in your room for you to be a cot jumper. You know what I'm saying? You jumping from cot to cot in this motherfucker. Boy, listen, see, it's motherfuckers like you. You know what I'm saying? Sweet lip Lucy motherfuckers that go in there and blow them, and you get into situations like this, and this be lovers quarrels. Lovers quarrels.
If you know, you know, but if you don't, this is free game. When Jake says, we were very close, but when Bimba came around, we were just beefing about nothing. That translates to me and Rambo were together, and then he was mad because I got with Bimba. Now Bimba is the one out here slapping him around, making his mouth bleed, and he's happy about it.
Like I said, at the time we weren't that cool when Bimbo got moved in. So I started slapboxing with Bimbo.
You hold wait one more motherfucking minute. You who the fuck you think who he is, man? You think who you think the fuck who he is, man? So hold on. you the who else was in that slap boxing? What the fuck you slap boxing? Why you gotta keep slap boxing? But what is with you in slap boxing? Fuck wasn't slap boxing. They was in there slapping shit out you, and you was in there motherfucking blowing them. You was they slap you and you blow them. That's literally it. It is bottom fucking line. Like that is just the cut and paste, the dotted I and the cross T. You smacked, they're blown. Period.
It was a whole nother ballgame. Bimba, when he hit you, you would feel it until tomorrow. You know what?
Of course. Because he was ramming your shit. Bimba came in there and was ramming your shit. See, what you is trying to get us to think is slap boxing. It was really ram. You hear me? You was getting ram. Give me that butt.
I mean, like,
If you listen to Jake's story, you will see that it was at this time when he decided to leave Rambo and get with Bimba that the blood.
Hey, he left Rambo. Bimba had that pipe that got him right. Do you hear me? Man, this motherfucker, man, I don't believe what I'm hearing, man. This motherfucker. Boy, you a whole lot of shit there. Oh, Subway surfing Bobby.
Bloods cut him off. Almost as if Rambo called a play on him because he broke up with
I
him.
started looking at Rambo differently. You know, we weren't cool at the time, and then all of a sudden there's word that there's a hit on my head. So now I feel like I gotta watch them.
At the time, Jake and Bimba were both short timers, which is what you call somebody who's not going to be there for long.
Yeah.
As we can see, Rambo wasn't released until years later, so obviously he still had a way to go. As we can see from listening to Jake's stories and looking at his posts, he maintained communication with Rambo. He stayed in touch with Rambo. He sent Rambo money while he was locked up. And when Rambo came home, he made sure he was straight. New phone, more money, probably put him in a car. Why would you do this, and who would do this for somebody that they suspected of putting a hit on them or being the person who might carry out the hit on them?
That literally just went over my fucking head until you just said that. I literally forgot that you said that dude did. Why would the fuck you give a... You out. You looked at him differently. Remember that? You just said that. I remember because he played the clip. And in the clip, it was, you had said, you was like, I looked at him differently. So, by the time when you got out, you shouldn't have been looking at him at all. Ram! 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 What?
After speaking to somebody that I know that was actually locked up with Rambo at the time, it was confirmed that Rambo did engage in those type of freaky activities while he was incarcerated. Which can explain him getting out on the streets and still walking around with a knife and stabbing people and trying to do freaky stuff with them. Rambo came home thinking he was still in a joint on that Tupac. And if you ask me, the only reason Jake looked out for Rambo when he came home is because he was in a better position and he didn't want Rambo to expose him. So he went ahead and checked in. And the reason he hasn't covered Rambo's story and tried to expose Rambo like he's done everybody else is because he doesn't want Rambo to expose him. If he gets out here and he talks about, oh, Rambo's a freak and this and that and this, then Rambo comes out and exposes the real Jacob Cherry, and it's not going to be the person that 1090 Jake has pretended to us that he is. I mean, we just heard it out of his own mouth. By his own account, he was in there getting slapped around, getting blood smacked into his mouth. No man is going to let another man do that. That's why you don't horseplay in prison. Almost every gang, even the prison gangs, have a no horse playing policy because people don't want to start the bar and have anything like this, a ride going on, get everybody locked down. People don't want your guys to see it and misinterpret it as a real fight, and then they come get involved. It's all types of different things that go into that.
Look at that,
no horse playing in prison.
Shorty. Oh, shorty.
And this is why it's so shorty is trying to clown people for supporting Ronnie Red or for vouching for Ronnie Red prior to him catching the charges that he caught, because you were doing the exact same thing with Rambo, bro. The exact same thing. So what does it say about your character that you vouched for this guy and posted him all over the internet and bragged on him and called him this really real guy, but the whole time he was this type of person? I don't think it's no surprise to Jake. I don't think it's something that Jake didn't know, and that's why he hasn't publicly disassociated himself or took any of the pictures down or anything like that. I really don't believe this is a surprise to him at all. Jake just knows that one false move and the truth will be out. I already know the truth. I can see it. I'm pretty sure people who have been there can see it. But Jake knows that if he exposes this on Rambo, makes a video about this, does anything to try to damage Rambo's reputation, Rambo is going to expose him being a prison wife. Y'all heard him say he was on that K2, and we all seen what K2 does to people in prison. On that note, I'm going to wrap this up. Listen, anywhere that you like to listen to music, Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify, Napster, wherever you listen to your music at, make sure you go stream Standing on a Business, the deluxe edition.
Right, see, so look, before you even get to prison, in some places you got to go through jail. Some places, jail and prison is the same building. Some places, you go to this building and then you go to the prison building. Right? Well, in both of them buildings, whether you in one or the other, or in both that's one, one of the rules is no horse playing. Right? And it's no horse playing not only for a lot of the things that he said, but also just because people don't like to lose, people don't like to be embarrassed, people don't like it's ego, you know. And at the end of the day, if a motherfucker feel like you made them look like something just because they ego or they pride told them that, then it could turn into something more, you know. And among the other things that this brother said, but also, right, it's just in gang politics and street politics, period. Like when you running in whatever gang or organization that you want to call it, that's one of the laws in each one of them, that it's no horse playing. You feel me? And at the end of the day, if he's really, you know, the biggest white blood and all of the above, then he should already be knowing. And if he was a blood inside of there, then he should have known then that it shouldn't have been no horse playing. And at the end of the day, your blood gang, you mean to tell me they were allowing you to be slapped? For one, you and another blood gang member are horse playing, which is against the rules of the prison and the rules of y'all's laws. I would suppose. I mean, but at the end of the day, right? You get in the cell by yourself, and they put somebody who's not a part of what y'all got going on, and they know that he's slapping. No, it's not that, bro. It ain't nobody no motherfucker dummy. You was in there getting that motherfucker. Ram! 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 You hear me? Like, and you was screaming, hollering, oh my God. That's why your voice sound like that. You can't even deepen your voice up. Your shit sound like you squealing. Your shit sound like you like grabbing at like the blanket and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But hey, listen, check this out. What y'all think in the comments, man? Huh? Listen. If you agree with what I'm saying, just in the comments, just put RAM. You know what I'm saying? Just put that in there. Just put that in there, and we'll know exactly what you feel. You know what I'm saying? So motherfucking outside of that, man, hey, hit the likes for me. Hit the likes for me. Help me get in the God algorithm. And once I see the likes going up, then I know that y'all algorithming, so I could get in the algorithm, right? And then subscribe to this motherfucker. And then hit the bell, so they'll tell you that I done posted some shit. I'm gonna be one of y'all favorite motherfucking reactionists, bloggers, rappers. I'm gonna be one of y'all favorite motherfucking see, I'm a Midwest baby, right? So all our stores is motherfucking, they got everything in them bitches. It's a one-stop shop. You can get whatever the fuck you want out of it. That's what this finna be. Fuck with me, man. Hey, Byron. That boy good. That boy is motherfucking good, man. That boy good. That boy good.